welcome. We are back.
Yes, sir.
I go by the name of Hungry HD. HD for short. And to my left, I have the incomparable.
It's Trell Maurice.
And you know we come together to form the Peace King Podcast, where
man.
we talk about health, wealth, relationships, and whatever else we feel like.
You already know what it is.
On that note, I like to say Peace King.
Peace King.
What's good with you?
Hey, man, you know. Lovely week. We on week 12, episode 12, bro.
Wow.
Come on, man. We still rocking and rolling. Hey, I'm loving life. Glad to be here. The priorities are on point. The mental health is on point. You know what I mean? The physical, I ain't going to lie. Like, I ain't been in the gym in the last 2 days. I feel like I'm slacking a little bit. But we going to get back in there. You know what I'm saying? Vegas. I'm going to Vegas in about 2 weeks. So, I just gotta make sure that we right.
Yeah.
But, other than that, man, it's been a lovely week. A lot of things coming up. Big things popping, little things stopping, man. What's good with you?
That's what it is. Same thing. And priorities straight. You know what I'm saying? Working on some other things. And I feel I had a good week in the gym so far. We got to close it out strong, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's good. Because the last couple of weeks been like probably about 70%. You know what I'm saying? They ain't full. So, good with that. And just the feedback from episode 11.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
Amazing, bro.
Beautiful.
What's crazy is, recording it, we had a feeling like we both had the same feeling like it felt better than all the other episodes. Even though we enjoy every episode, that one just felt a little different.
Oh yeah.
And then after we finished, we talked about it.
We
you
did.
Know what I'm saying? But to see it like the confirmation,
Come
you know
on,
what I'm saying?
man.
It's just fire.
Energy, the feeling. That's feeling.
Yeah.
We know this. Y'all know it throughout life. When you just have a strong feeling about something, it's almost like you're breathing it through it that happened. One, you've put forth the effort and the energy and you let your talent shine.
That's a fact.
But man, when you feel it, sometimes when you know.
That's a fact.
And we appreciate y'all for confirming that for us. Y'all feedback and y'all support. Come on, second to none. We love it. We motivated. And we're going to keep rising to the top. And y'all here for the ride. We appreciate y'all. Come on, man. You already know.
Give it all you got. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we asked them to share the reels and share the posts that they like, and they've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Ever since that last time. So keep that up, please, man. We appreciate that. That y'all help the numbers grow. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all helping them grow.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to grow.
That's a fact.
That's a pod. Y'all can help us grow as people. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate that.
The hope, not to cut you off, but the hope is that we all helping each other grow with this pod and this platform.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? So, each one teach one. We all do our part.
Yes, sir.
It's going to do what it do.
I like the each one teach one.
Yeah.
That's classic, bro.
Yeah.
Back in my days, man.
Yeah.
You got to have a mentor.
Got to.
I like to say, when you say each one teach one, I got this quote. Actually, it's not even. I don't think this one's original quote, but be a mentor, have a mentor. Okay. I think you should always be in the middle. You have one and you are one. Yeah. I think that's how you keep the lessons, the life lessons going. Right. You know what I mean? Mentoring is a big deal for me. I did a stint in Louisiana. For those who don't know, I'm in the Air Force. I did 4 years in Louisiana. 4 years I wish I couldn't. With the exception my son was born there. That was lit. But with that, man, troublesome youth. For those who don't know, I was in Shreveport, Louisiana. Shreveport has the highest incarceration rate in the state of Louisiana per capita, right? Shreveport. Louisiana has the highest rate of incarcerated men in the United States.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
The United States has the highest amount of incarcerated people per capita in the world.
In the world. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that part.
The epicenter is Shreveport, Louisiana. But nonetheless, I know there's a lot of troubled youth. Truancy is big. Yeah. Kids skipping school crazy. And a fair amount of it can be drawn back down to fatherless homes, bro.
Right.
So I felt like I had a calling, and I volunteered. This is a joint called Volunteers for Youth Justice, and I I would go there every single Wednesday, bro.
Yeah.
Mentor like 30 young kids. We believe that they start straying away and rebelling a bit during the middle age years, like 10 to 12, and they're correctable. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can still bring them back, and that's what we focused on. And a lot of single mothers used to bring their sons, and you know, we had different careers. It wasn't just military dudes. I think I might have been the only military one. And yeah, man, just pouring into them young boys. And after a while, when you see them graduate, you seen them in the program for years, and you see them graduate, and you feel like you had a part of that, bro. That was rewarding.
Yeah, that gotta be an amazing thing to see, man.
Indeed.
You know, I don't really feel like I had any set mentors growing up. But it's funny because, like, I think once I started getting like into junior high school, my high school was one of those like special high schools in the city. Not special in that way. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, so he wasn't on the short bus.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for, you know, talented and gifted and intelligent children. So that was a big part of what was going on. But I didn't have one. Like, I just started to know, like, people that had certain mentors from different programs. And I always thought to myself, like, I think that would kind of be cool if I had that. You know what I mean? And I never thought to seek it out anyway, because I think at that age, I didn't even know how to do that. Like, I didn't know where to go to seek out a mentor, especially for the things that I was interested in. Be it music or, you know, entertain, any kind of thing in that realm, or even entrepreneurship. Like, nobody close to me had that going on, especially not successfully. So I didn't know. But I would say as I've gotten older, I've taken it upon myself to, like, even if it's just for a moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, every time I see like a little cousin or, you know, just one of the homies or whatever, you know, I always try to drop some jewels and give some game, because I know how, again, just thinking back to when I was that age and wishing I had that more, you know what I'm saying? I know how helpful that can be. And to your point, like in Shreveport, you know, not having men in your life or father in your life, listen, somebody got to, you know, stand up and be that representation, you know, even if it's just for a short amount of time, because you'd be surprised, man. Well, not that you won't be surprised, because we all been young before, and these moments that stick out, like, that never leave you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think back to something that somebody said or a moment that happened. So that one thing you said could really, like, set off and be the catapult for, you know, a fruitful, you know, productive existence in somebody's life, and a shift that could really make things happen. So
absolutely,
it's important.
Yeah, man. Mentorship is sometimes lifelong, few years, what have you. You know, in the Air Force, bro, it was like sometimes they started encouraging them to ask. Like, they will blatantly ask. I remember the first time somebody asked me to be their mentor, I was kind of thrown, like, And then after thinking about it, I'm like, that's a responsibility.
It is.
Because if I say yes, that means I need to be pouring into you.
That's right.
I need to know your goals, your ambitions, and let's set some milestones and check in on you and see how we're reaching that. And if I didn't think that I would get that, I'd be on some, you know, maybe I could coach you every now and again. I think there is a distinct difference between mentoring and coaching.
Break it down.
You know, see, coaching, it's a short-term goal.
Okay.
Mentoring, I think, is a long-term goal. To put it down, to put it in like the most simplest terms there.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, think of a NBA season.
Okay.
I'm coaching, or not even a season, but a game. I'm coaching this game. We have a goal, that's to win the game.
Yeah.
Throughout the game, there's an opposition, life, the world.
Right.
It's going to be adversity. There's going to be ups and downs.
Right.
There's going to be runs. There's going to be slow times, times where you're messing up. And I'm going to coach you, give you tips and tricks and advice on how you can adjust to your environment. You know what I mean? Like, this is, hey, we need to push harder during this period right here. We need to chill back and observe during this period right here. You know what I'm saying? With the end goal of this game, and there's a time expiration for it. That's, to me, that's like coaching. Mentoring, there's no short-term, right here, near-term objective or goal. It's I'm going to be with you for years,
Right.
and potentially lifetime.
Yeah, this is about the bigger picture.
Indeed.
Right.
Hey, either way, if you got some game to spit for somebody, and you can see where you can help a person, and you have the time, energy, brain power, or resources to do it, I encourage you to do it. Be a mentor, be a coach. I think at the end of the day, somebody poured into you, and if they didn't, you probably just learned through your lessons in life, places you've been, or experiences you had. And like, yo, put somebody on game.
That's a fact, man. I think especially now more than ever, and this is a topic, I guess, just sneak peek. Somewhere down the line, it's a topic I want to get into as far as like the healing process, because I feel like, we talk about healing often, and we will continue to. So this is just like one of the points of that. But I think we all have a responsibility in each other's healing. If we in each other's lives in a serious way, especially when it comes to just that dynamic of men and women. Yeah. A lot of times we like to put a lot on each other or blame one another. You should be better doing this, or I hate when dudes and women should be, but we all play a part. And so, like I spoke about some time back about raising the man that you don't want, right? Like women raising men the way that they actually don't want men to be, right? You know what I'm saying? Man. And you putting more out into the world for women to deal with later. So I say all that to say, I think it's important for us, right? I'm going to speak to women first. For women, if you have young men in your life, right? Little brothers, little cousins, a lot of women have male friends. You got male friends, pass them jewels on. You know what I'm saying? Some of them things you don't like and you feel like men should do better. If you know, especially if you know that man in your life or young man in your life isn't moving like that, I think you should take time to speak to them. You know what I'm saying? And try to relate to them and help them to see things from, your point of view on how it's more beneficial to him in the long run and to the women he's dealing with. And for the men that have women in their life, I mean, the same thing. I feel like it goes both ways. And, for me, I feel like it's always, like I said, for me, just I don't have any younger brothers, so it's always been like little cousins and stuff, like little cousins that have been like brothers to me, stuff like that. And it's just always been important, for me to do that, because you get into all type of stuff. I think one of the reasons why I even got into music initially was because my big cousin, you know what I'm saying? Like we stayed with my grandmother at the same time at a point. And, listening to all type of stuff I ain't supposed to be listening to. You know what I'm saying? NWA, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Sneaking, listening to Slick Rick, you know what I mean? Davy Crockett and all that. Getting real crazy. But again, even that, you know what I mean? Like those moments, again, like I said, I still remember that opened up another door for me, another lane. So it's just pivotal, man, that we do this.
Yes, sirski. Come on, man. You already know we're going to drop the gems when we're going to drop them. You know what I mean? I like that. Mentor, coaching, do that thing. Man, big. But speaking of coaching.
Yeah, talk about it.
Sometimes we got to coach these cats out here in these streets, bro. And it brings me to King's Corner. King's Corner, we be coaching, bro. We do. Like, y'all already know what it is. King's Corner, we be dropping the... Dang, that was loud. I'm gonna scare me. Like, goddamn. Come on, man. Come on, man. We got some new drops. Come on, man.
Y'all ready?
Peace King.
Talk about it.
Podcast. Come on. Y'all know the vibes. Yeah. It's happening.
Just make sure right now, you should be telling somebody about Peace King Pod. If you don't subscribe to the page, you might as well hit the subscribe button right now. You already know what time it is. You know who you're talking to right now. You know
I
go
by the name of Hungry HD.
That wasn't him speaking. That's the drop. Trell Maurice. Go ahead and follow us on the gram. You feel what I'm saying? I just wanted to show off that I got some new sounds. That was it. I got to
upgrades every week, man. Yeah, we pop out with something new every week. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Not with the pause, though. All right, but with the King's Corner, y'all know this segment. King's Corner, a.k.a. You're Buggin. Come on, man. Hey, this week's You're Buggin go out, too. Marlon Wayans, bro. What are you doing?
Talk about it.
Marlon, what are you doing? I love your content. I love your movies. I saw the stand-up, you know what I mean? Marlon Wayans is funny. He is funny. He moved in a funny way today. You know what I mean? Or yesterday. I don't remember what day it was. But, hey, shout out to Brittany Renner with the picture. I mean, hey, I ain't
been coming up a lot on this podcast, man.
Has she? Dang, I don't know. Hey, she doing it. She doing it on purpose. But for those who don't know, she just dropped a photo with her cheeks all a lot. She and
she and you bugging every time too.
She's always into you bugging
for Shaq.
Oh yeah, with the restaurant. But that was more on Shaq. That wasn't.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
She's always.
She's not on her today.
She's
either.
collateral damage every time.
Yeah.
She's just an innocent bystander.
I'm starting to think she listened to Peace King Pod and she's setting dudes up now for you bugging. I think that's what's going on.
She set him up. That definitely was a trap, and he fell right into that trap. That was a thirst trap. If you know what, she posted the pic of the. She basically had a G-string. It looked like, I don't know, it was a very slim bathing suit.
Right.
And I mean, she's always been like in shape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's always been an in shape woman, and like the thighs and all that, not the over. I mean, she posted the picture.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We just talking about what happened.
The cheats were cheeking.
Right.
All right. And Hollywood a lot put hot or not like under her photo. She back outside, y'all. They put hot or not. My man Marlon Wayans said, I would 110% smash. I need the sound. Womp, 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 womp. Like, bruh, there's just some things you don't say out loud. That wasn't even a laughable thing. There was like sincerity in what
I was
he
going to
wrote.
say, you know what I'm saying? You're a comedian, so I want to kind of give him the benefit of the doubt, but
where was the joke?
I'm pretty sure he's serious. Though.
He was dead serious.
Yeah.
I was like, does your game get worse as you get older? Like, you're a celeb, bro. You can just slide. And again, Marlon Wayans, if you ever see this, I love you, bro. I think your stuff is bad talented. In this moment, I'm sorry, you get the King's Corner, your Buggin award. Because there's no way I'm a wherever list celebrity and I'm going to put that on a public platform. I would 110% smash. I don't care who it is. I'm never saying that out loud. What part of the game is that?
Listen, man,
I don't get it.
He want to feel like an everyday regular dude, man. Like, not in the limelight, man. He just want to live life.
I'm an everyday regular dude. I would never, ever, 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 ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, Marlon Wayne, get on my level. You feel what I'm saying? When it comes to the how to handle with the ladies, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he don't do his thing. I don't know this man's life. But in this point, you're bugging. He gets the Your Buggin' Award of the Week. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Marlon Wayans for the Your Buggin' Award of the Week. Good job. Let's get it together. All right. What? He ain't the only one that was bugging this week. Okay.
Oh, man. Let's talk about it.
Hey, we got an honorable mention. This is a first. We got King's Corner. I'm going to call this one Queen's Quarters.
Oh, yeah. Remix.
Yeah, man. We got to do this for episode 12.
This is the remix.
Yeah, I'm saying. No P. Diddy. Hey, yo, Puff Love, whatever. You know, he changed his name every 7 years. You know what I mean?
Puff Love is crazy.
Puff Love. Shout out to Love. Shout out to Epic Fridays, all of that.
Puff Love is crazy.
Excuse me. Yo, Queen's Quarters. We're not doing this every week. But I had to because if it's something significant enough, I think we do need to call the ladies out.
I think so too, man. I think so.
And all y'all ladies, y'all don't get to hold the L together on this one. This is an isolated L because this is just too off the wall. No Michael Jackson. This is wild. You feel what I'm saying? Bruh. Carly Russell. What in God's green earth is going on? Bruh, why you always lying? She over here making 911 calls. There's a baby on the freeway. You know what I mean? She got out the car. Some dude abducted her. She escaped. He caught her again. Come on, Carly. And the whole thing was a ruse. All y'all was hoodwinked. All y'all was led astray. All y'all was run amok. All of them. I seen 40,000 posts on this lady, bruh.
Plymouth Rock landed on y'all. Yo, it's listen, I feel like we in this era of clout chasing.
Oh man.
People doing anything for shine, anything to get hot.
Do anything for clout.
Yeah, all money ain't good money, man. I don't know if y'all ever heard that saying before, but people don't think past the moment, you know what I'm saying, and what's going to come with what they doing. You know what I mean? Like, consequences come with this.
Yes.
Repercussions that's going to affect you, your family, how you always talk about second, third order of effect.
Come on, man.
Down the line, you're going to have to pay for this. You know what I'm saying? And now she's going to be facing charges, all kind of stuff.
Real.
It's like you did all this for what? Like,
For fame?
For fame. And now you ain't going to be able to enjoy it because now you a clown. You know what I'm saying? And you might be locked up. And you might get fines and penalties. It's man. So what is it really all for at the end of the day?
For real. You're not going to easily get away with stuff in 2023 and beyond. Or even in the 21st century, it's hard to get away with something.
That's a fact.
But all they need is a warrant and access. Granted access to search anything and everything. They will find it.
Bro, like nowadays, you don't even need the cops to get involved because the internet is going. The internet is going to be the police, and the internet.
The internet though.
Yeah, for a second, but somebody would have cracked the code on it. People be digging up stuff. They got nothing better to do. Like some people, this is what they do for a living every day. They just be looking for shit to dig up on people.
For real?
Try to crack the code. Let me. Oh nah, they lying. Let me see.
If I was a police force or FBI or something, I'm gonna be like, let me just go to the shade room ladies. Them ladies in the comments in the shade room be finding stuff out, bruh. They will find They will get two celebrities' stories and link something together. Look at the corner of his shoe; it had a stain on it, and it matches the. Like, how
that's a fact. That's a fact.
But like, yo, they. One of the things that kind of corroborated the theory that she was bugging was her internet searches on her phone. Shorty was like, how do you steal money from a register without getting caught? How old is too old for an Amber Alert? How much, like, she was looking up the movie Taken about being abducted, ladies and gentlemen. Like, come on. Queen's Quarters, your bugging award goes to Carly Russell for being the female Jussie Smollett. Why
the French actor Juicy Smollett.
That's how you say it? Oh, word. But either way, he was acting.
The Dave Chappelle stand-up. He called him that. Yeah.
Oh, word. I'm totally missed that one. That's hilarious, bro. Like, come on, y'all. They be lying. Y'all need to get it together, man.
Yeah,
with that, like, yo, come on, man. They wilding on that one.
You gotta stop.
You gotta
relax.
I don't know, man. Hey, at the end of the day, you know, being famous, it ain't that serious. And with that, I don't know, man. We might as well. We want to break on that one, bro?
I mean, we could do it.
Hey, man, we're going to be right back. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Don't go nowhere. Go to recharge your glasses and all that. And y'all already know.
You are now tuned in to the Peace King podcast. Y'all know the vibes.
Come on, man. Are you ready to unlock the secrets to a happy and fulfilling life? Looking for a safe space to discuss health, wealth, and relationships? Well, look no further because Live with Trell is here. Join the charismatic host, Trell, as he dives deep into topics that matter most, creating an atmosphere of love, understanding, and positive vibes only. Live with Trell is your go-to destination every Tuesday and Friday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming exclusively on Instagram Live at Trell_Maurice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Come on now.
Back from the break, man.
Yes, Husky.
I hope you hit that subscribe button. I hope you followed at Peace King Pod on the gram. I hope you followed at the Hungry at the Hungry HD. I don't know why I be doing underscores sometimes because
I got an underscore.
I know because in my brain I'm already thinking about what you gonna say.
Or at Trell_Maurice.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hey. Either way, that Peace King Pod, we're going up. We just starting off. We on that road to 1K. We need to get there. Go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube and go ahead and follow the Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention. How could I forget this? So the audio is now available on pretty much all platforms. If you use Amazon Music, Amazon Podcasts, we on there. You know what I'm saying? If you use Google Podcasts, we on there. You know what I'm saying? So everywhere you could think of, We on
now.
Yeah, go. All the major platforms, especially. You already know we on Spotify and Apple. So tap in, man.
Tap in.
Yeah.
Tap in. Yeah. No, sweetie. Hey, man, we in it. I think that was sweetie. Anyway, it feels good. Either way. See her on about. She's tough. But anyways, that's neither here nor there.
She is.
All right. Yeah, man, what we talking about next, man? What you got?
Yeah, so listen. This came up in conversation a while ago, and I thought about, it'd be good for us to talk about this. Being the two young gents that we are. So,
indeed.
Romantic gestures, right? Usually, it's always thought that women like romanticism and to be romanticized, and that men should do romantic things for women. Mm-hmm. And I've had women say that they try to do romantic things for men, but, men scoff at it or they feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we should talk about this. Like, how do you feel about romantic gestures?
Can we give examples?
So here's the subtext to that.
An example.
The subtext to that would be, what do you consider romantic? Because, I guess we got to answer that before we answer the other question, because it could be different for everybody.
Yeah. I guess I'm like more of a giver, pleaser. Mm-hmm. That for me, I feel like it would be a bit different to receive and to be totally hands off.
Yeah.
And pause.
I know, and I will put my hands on.
Yeah. Now, hey, I'm for it. You know what I mean? Like, especially if it's I don't require it. I'm not like a gifts person. Mm-hmm. But if it's like, if you're putting forth effort to show your love and attention and your interest, mm-hmm. I'll greatly accept that. For example, if you want to schedule a couples massage. Yeah. If my lady wanted to schedule a couple massage when I'm in that situation, hey, I'll take it. You know what I mean? I like that. Mm-hmm. If I roll up, I'm out and about and I'm just getting in from the gym or something like that, and she at my house, and I walk in and there's music playing and the candles are going, and she's like, hey, just go hop in the shower, come back downstairs. And I come back down and there's a meal and she pouring the wine and she's looking extravagant.
Right.
I'm here for all of that.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to devour that meal. And then I'm going to devour her.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm here for all of it. You feel me?
Probably don't even need a meal. You know what I'm saying? Probably just come back down. If she was just sitting on the island, you know what I'm saying? Bucky naked. You know what I mean?
Bucky naked. Peter Bernie Mac. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I like the romantic justice. It's the thoughtfulness of it. You know what I'm saying? It's the end. It should be reciprocated. I should be doing that. Just as a leader, I feel like I should be doing those things. Right. And when it's reciprocated, it's amazing.
Well, see, I think as the man, you're always going to be at the forefront of that anyway, right? That's why I think it's a dope topic for us, because I think it's like much more seldom that a woman is expected to do it. I'm not gonna say seldom that they do it, because I know women do, that are expected to do it, and I know a lot of women would like to do it more, but they just don't know how it's gonna be taken. Or they've been in situations like I've heard of where men have like outright just like flipped out, like what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the mentality. The mentality is, I'm the giver, I'm the provider, I'm supposed to woo you and do these things for you. So when you do it for a man, I feel like it makes a man feel less masculine when you do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why women that get that reaction, that's why they get it. And for the men, I feel like at some point, you gotta relax, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta relax.
Yeah, we take the masculinity too far sometimes, man. Like, and I guess that's why the term toxic masculinity exists, because we really overdo it. Like, it's nothing wrong with your lady doing something for you. And I think when you said that, I think that's the definition. The definition is a romantic gesture is anything that's thoughtfully done, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think it's defined by any materialistic thing or quantified by any, but it's just about the thoughtfulness of the gesture. Now, given, like I flowers is probably something you shouldn't be giving to a man. I mean, if he just like, some men might like flowers. If he likes flowers, then you give him flower. But just in general, you taking a wild guess, I probably would say not to give him
chocolates
flowers.
And stuff.
Right.
Like
You know what I'm saying? Pull up with the edible arrangement. No, I mean, all that.
I have had that.
I like.
The chocolate covered pineapples go crazy.
Now listen, listen.
I ain't gonna count.
Me personally, I'm just talking about in general. Me personally, though, I'm not a flower dude. If you popped up with the edible arrangement, I mean, I like fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like pause. I ain't saying. But you know what I'm saying? So that might be cool. Like the chocolate. I never had chocolate pineapple, but chocolate with strawberries fire.
Yeah.
I might. You know what I'm saying?
If a woman shows up to your door with the trench on with the high heels, nothing under, is that romantic? Is that considered romantic? That's lovely.
That's very romantic. My fault. I almost got lost in the visual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The tan color. I want traditional tan colored. I want tan colored trench with the black heels.
The Dick Tracy.
Come on, man. Whose man's is this?
She got to put the hat on and all that. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. Yo. Listen. But for real,
that's
the
fire.
trench is fresh, bro.
Yeah, the trench is fire.
That's one of those that will never go out of style, in my opinion.
I'm gonna be honest.
Shorty said a dude. It was recently. My bad.
No. I'm about to say. No, go ahead.
I remember I listened to a story. I was talking with somebody recently, and she said that she had showed up with the. Forgive me if you're watching this, and this was your story. I'm sorry. I'll be the.
Listen, you anonymous, so it's all good. Nobody knows.
She showed up with the trench on, and she opened it, and the dude was thrown off, he didn't expect it. Maybe that's the romance part. He was like, "Whoa, what? What are you doing?" Mm-hmm. And she felt subconscious about her body after that. Yo, I did this for you, and you scoffing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I guess it goes to the point that some men just don't know how to take it, if that's considered romance. But yeah, I interrupted. What was you going to say?
Oh no, but I was getting. Well, I was off on a tangent as I typically like to do. This wasn't even my main point where I was going, but I was just thinking I haven't really even the trench coat I had one time. But I feel like it should have happened so much more in my life.
Should have. Yeah. I've only had it once.
Yeah, come on. Come on, fam. This is Hungry HD and this is Trell Maurice.
Yeah,
you would think that this would be more frequent. You know what I'm saying?
We need the trench happening more.
Yeah, often. What's going on, man? Ladies, get your life together out
here.
Get
it together.
But
and you know what? Take a risk. We don't even need to be talking like that. You just show. Take a risk. Why not?
Step out. Show me what you're all about.
We had two Instagram message conversations, but if you've been to the group, just show up. Who knows what can happen? That's just what I say. Don't do that. Okay. Just be you're making a decision in that moment.
Yo, that's great. But that's fire though. That's a classic move that it just always be fire. Yeah. I feel like. But I think when it comes down to it, without my main point was as a woman, I don't think you should be discouraged to do this, right? I think you should just. If a man is thrown off by it, right, have a conversation about it. Try to find out why he's thrown off. Dig a little deeper into that. And if that doesn't rectify it, if you can't get to that place, then that's probably just not the man you should be with. If that's what you want to do. If you want to do nice things for your man, and the dude you messing with is not receiving it, you know what I'm saying? Then you probably shouldn't be with him. But whoever you are going to be with, the important part, I think, is overall, it's just being in tune, really paying attention, knowing what that man likes. A romantic gesture for me, I like cigars. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Pop up with the cigars. That's probably romantic for me. Come up with a bottle of scotch. That's romantic for me. There's so many things I could run down, but
yeah.
Whatever that person is into, like you said, I've done the couples massage thing. Yeah. I rock with that. You know what I'm saying? Brother could always use a good massage.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a good
I'll
move.
show up and you got music. You got you're looking good,
and
you got the chicken wings,
all flats,
all flats. Jesus, or some sweet Thai chili with ranch. My mouth salivating right now, bro. Like, yo, you got me. Like, yo, I'm a little hooked. Like, golly. Music, what you looking to fly, and some wing? Come on. That's a deadly combination. Tupac Big L status. No. Yeah. Either way. Hey, I'm going to tell you one romantic thing that I felt like I should have. Not should have. I felt odd in a sense. To kind of with the topic.
This is good.
I was invited over. She had the candles going, mad candles going, right? Invited over. She had ate already.
Okay.
But she had a meal for me. And she just wanted me to eat. And she was pouring my drink. Right. And she pulled out my chair. Right. And she put a napkin across my lap. And she was like, I just want you to enjoy. Right. And while I'm eating, she's massaging me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm like, I felt awkward, bro. I was like, you're not gonna eat. I was younger, but I'm like, this is too Coming to America-ish. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to my favorite movie.
Bark like a dog.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is too much like your royal peen is clean, your highness. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying to see what that be about.
You know what I mean? But it's cool to reflect on it. Like, man, she treated your boy like a king. You know what I mean?
I'm not mad at it. The only part that threw me off was the massage while eating. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fam, let me enjoy my plate. Like, this is a little too much going on at one time.
Like when I'm chewing on you, going, are you massaging my throat?
Like, no. This is too crazy.
Wow, I said that, my bad. Oh, dang. Why I say that?
First, I thought you was gonna say, she watch you while she was watching you eat. I was about to say, this is awkward, but no. I mean, it's definitely something that I feel like men just got to get over. But again, I can't. Some men are just some men genuinely just don't like things like that. Like, and it doesn't come from a place of anything other than they just not into it. Like, they don't really care about items or being given things. So if that's the case, then I don't think it's an issue. And again, that's just not the dude for you either way. If you're the woman that wants to do these things, I don't know. I don't know your life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you. I don't know your life. You might get a little spicy. You know what I'm saying? So another romantic gesture, I'm going to just throw this out here. You know what I'm saying? Because got to advocate for the fellas too. We hold them accountable. We're going to advocate too. If you like to invite people inside the bedroom, maybe, I don't know, maybe that could be a romantic gesture too.
Wow.
If that's your life. If that's what life,
you do.
Right. If that's what you into.
That's interesting.
That could be a romantic gesture as well.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like.
Well, hey, I don't know about those, but we can. Speaking of bedroom though, and inviting things in the bedroom. Do got another question though.
Okay.
All right. Unless you had something else on that one. All right, man. Hey, so that was a good one. Let's talk about bringing other things in the bedroom. So, what are your thoughts on women bringing toys into the bedroom?
Woosah. See, here's the thing, right? I feel like, it's a lot of things in life like this, right? But like, these are one of those things that is very particular and contingent upon, I guess it's double standard, I guess is the word I'm looking for, towards, when it comes to women, because there's so much variety out there. You know what I'm saying? They got so much access and different directions they could go, which is honestly why I think a lot of times when women like just be on this, I'm staying to myself in a healing journey, it's easier for them, I feel like sometimes, because they could just go to the bag of toys, you know what I'm saying, and sustain them over time.
The box.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? So, me personally, it depends on the type of toys we talk about. And that's why I brought that first thing up, because they got so many. You know what I mean? If you want to have a little vibrator action while we getting it in, cool. But you can't back out the $5 footlong, you know what I mean? And think that it's going to be a party. we not.
She pulled it out. Like what though?
The cannon. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
you don't
fam,
get
like,
that out of
what
here.
is going on?
If you gotta pull that thing to start it, something wrong. That's a little too much.
You can't pull out the heavy artillery when I come through. You know what I mean? Like
that thing got. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with just simple vibrator.
Yeah, just get something to let it buzz off on your lady part. You know what I'm saying? While I'm stroking or something.
The rose, which is
the
a
rabbit or
favorite,
something like that.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Rose too bulky. Just my deal is like, yo, if you want to get something to place on that thing while I'm in that thing, cool. Boom, stimulate while I'm in the. We in that thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that. But or like if you want me to wear something that stimulates that while I'm going, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. But rings of sorts. Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yeah.
Cleared that up.
That's what I had to because I was like, I'm talking rings of sorts.
I'm not gonna lie. I had mad questions.
That's all. I had to clear it up. Cause I knew. I was like, hold on. People gonna be like, hold on, what? You know what I mean? We ain't doing no costumes.
Not the strap.
Like now, I mean, now if you want to introduce a role playing, not toys, but role playing, okay. I'm probably a little bit more open to that.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Like, but yeah, sticking with the toys, something that's going in there. I only want to be the one that going in there.
Yeah, I mean that's a fact. So look, that's what I'm saying. When ladies, sometimes y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause there's so many. It's levels.
Michael Jordan face going.
Yo, fam. It's so many levels.
Yeah.
To it, like so, because we talking about that, but then they like back out like anal beads and whips. You know what I'm saying? Handcuffs,
whips and chains, and
right. So like what part of this? Like, we might have to answer every level because then we start talking about BDSM. So it's like the whip, the chains, the outfit, strap me to the bed with the chains and all that on some Django shit. It's like, listen, man, I don't know. Like, me personally, I'm not really comfortable with a lot of it. Like I tell people all the time, I guess call me vanilla, fam. I guess I just be out here having regular sex, man. Like I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't get no complaints, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe some people did leave feeling like, I mean, that was cool, but I would have preferred if he, I'm saying, back to anal beads out on me or something. You know what I mean? So,
I mentioned this. I think I mentioned this on a live. I was like, I saw the videos, throwback video of Janet Jackson with a fan on stage. Mm-hmm. And he was strapped. Did I mention that last episode or was that?
I don't know if the last one, but I remember it. Yeah.
Okay. Now that was pretty different, and I was like, oh wow,
that's dope.
Yeah. But yeah, again, when it comes to BDSM stuff, I'm just not into all of that. It's kind of like, you know, I need my legs loose. You feel what I'm saying? Don't be strapping my ankles together and stuff like that. Nah, this ain't no hostage situation.
You got them shackles on my feet.
Get them shackles off my feet so I can dance.
You owe me something. Hey, listen. Oh, I think I got them shackles on your feet. I forget the word, but yeah, nah. So that's I don't the handcuff joint, the handcuff side of the BDSM. I can do that, but it has to be like, well, I might have to be married. I'm not saying I'll be wifey, but I might have to be married. Like, yeah, I can't trust people like this. You know? Can't trust it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just can't. You know what I mean? And then, like, because I'm not gonna be able to be free. Like in that moment, I'm be thinking too much. Like, Like what if this happened? Like what if she start wilding? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't. It's too much going on.
Pulling out whips and chains. And
right. Because
feathers and stuff.
That's the part that I'm definitely not with. Like I am. You're not gonna be beating me in here. My name is not Amistad. Yeah.
Catch me with the candle.
Yeah. Listen. I'm ladies, fellas, whatever you into is what you're into. I don't knock you. Now, as a woman, I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And that she wanted me to do that, I probably would entertain it to an extent, though.
All right.
Once it starts to feel like this is like UFC, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want something like harder, hit me harder, I'm like your fan. Like, this is, I don't feel comfortable no more, fam. Pineapples, fam. Like this
Pineapples.
is, yeah, like this is.
Can I pull out the safe words on them?
Yeah, and if you hitting me, the party done, fam. Like I'm.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm ready to engage in fisticuffs. Me, like, like word. So it's not even fun no more for me at that point. Oh. But when it comes to apparati, if you will,
okay.
Because it made me think of this because you talked about Janet had to do it on the table. I never did it before, but I like the swing. I like the idea of the swing, fam. I like that idea. Because one of my favorite positions is like having on a dresser on a table, all type of thing, but she just level elevated. I like it. So I feel like the swing, you know what I'm saying, provides that same energy and feeling.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Oh, forgive me real quick, Brett. Hold up.
All right, no doubt. But I'm 100% with that type of vibe and that type of energy. But when it comes to the BDSM, like, yeah, I'm not into role playing slave play. Like, we're not doing slave play. Like, you know what I mean? We're not doing this.
Nah, I definitely can't do that. That's a little much.
You know what I'm saying? And the crazy, because men can't have a million toys. You pop up to a woman's crib and she got mad toys. It's like regular. You don't think nothing of it. If a woman pop up to your crib and you got a drawer or a closet full of toys, she probably leaving. Like, she gonna think this nigga's a weirdo.
That's different.
Yeah.
But hey, man, I don't know, man. Sometimes you just different strokes for different folks.
That's a fact.
I guess that's all I can say on that one. But hey, man, that's good. All right, man. Hey, I think it's about that time, bro.
Oh man.
One of the favorite moments.
Absolutely. This is a segment that we call Speak Your Peace.
Speak Your Peace.
And if you don't know, Speak Your Peace is a segment where we take a question from you, the viewer or listener. You DM us at Peace King Pod on Instagram with a question or a situation in your life you would like advice on. It could be family-based. It could be relationships. It could be, friends, money, whatever it is under the sun you want some advice on. We're going to address it, approach it. And, if you haven't seen the other episodes, please go watch them because there's plenty of examples. And last week, we had our very first call-in.
Indeed.
And I'm proud to announce we got number 2.
Come on, man.
Popping off for episode 12.
You already know.
Oh, it's lit.
We already know.
I feel like I need a refill now. I don't know if
Hello.
Hello. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing quite fine. You live right now on the
Absolutely.
Peace King podcast, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you on with us. Thank you for coming on. You know what I mean?
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, I hope you know this is the Speak Your Peace segment, and if you just let the people know, let us know just your age and where you're calling from.
My age is 35, and I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
All right. So what do you have for us tonight? What's the Speak Your Peace? What you want advice on tonight? Talk to us.
Okay, so first off, it's a pleasure to be here. You guys are awesome. I love what you guys are doing, so thank you so much for this opportunity and this platform.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
So, thank you. So, I just got back out into the dating world the last 2 months. I haven't dated in like 3 years. So, I noticed quickly that for me, one of my non-negotiables is clear communication. So not necessarily consistent or constant communication, because when you're dating, of course, you're getting to know each other. You're not going to talk to each other all the time. But clear meaning, be clear with what your expectations are. Be clear with what you're going to be putting out there. Be clear with the time that you have to give. So, for example, if I'm talking to a guy and, he's a busy man. He works, he has kids, he has all these other obligations, let that be known, up front, so that I can know what I'm dealing with. But I noticed it's not always like that. So I want to know, how do I, let a guy know in the dating stages that I prefer clear communication without coming off aggressive or controlling or needy?
Solid question. I appreciate that. I like the opportunity to address this here. So, just to reiterate, to make sure I got this clear, you want to know how you can address that you prefer clear communication without coming off as rude
Yes, or needy, or
or needy.
controlling, or however someone, yeah, may
Yeah.
take it.
I mean, I don't think that that's too much to ask, though. I think being straight up with it, um, not saying what are we or what have you. I mean, but something like, hey, when it comes to dating, what do you hope to get out of dating these days? Where do you see yourself in a stage of your life in regards to romantic partners or significant others, and like throwing out loose terms that don't seem too constricting or make them feel like you're rushing anything, and I think when you ask questions, the tone, the pitch, the time in which you ask it in regards to everything's hunky-dory or disagreement, I think all that plays a part in it being well received. So if it's like just a casual conversation y'all having and y'all getting to know each other, yeah, pose the question. That forces clear communication. When you ask a question, then they're just going to communicate their intentions. And if they don't, then hey, I mean, you don't want to waste your time. I'll say, hey, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just know that your time is precious. You know what I'm saying? And you want clear communication. You want intentions up front. And if the methods I mentioned, hey, it ain't working, then just ask them straight up, hey, what are your intentions on dating these days?
Right.
And then if it's too vague, I'm sorry, you just need to just straight up ask, what are your intentions with me?
Yeah. And when it comes down to it, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What you going to say?
No, I guess for me, it's either one or two things. The first one is they lead with a certain energy, but they don't keep that energy going. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure men experience that too. Like, you start off strong and then it kind of tapers off. So I feel like you shouldn't lead with something that you can't continue. And then the second one is, you know, they come off as if, oh, I have this amount of time, I can do this, I can do that. Or they'll say, oh, I'll reach out to you in like 30 minutes or an hour, and they don't do that. It's like they fall off the face of the earth. And so when I say clear communication, I'm like, if that's your thing, if you're busy, because some people do get busy, I understand that, but communicate that with me so I can know what to expect. So those are the two things that I tend to come across. Yeah.
So, are you? What are you looking for right now at this point in your life when it comes to a man? Like, are you looking for? When I say that, I mean like I don't mean like run down stats. I just mean like, are you looking for a husband? Are you just looking for someone that you can connect with and build with, and then take it from there, like in that way?
To be honest, I mean, of course, long term, I would, love to get married. I've never been married before. I don't have children. So, of course, I would love that. But right now, like in this moment, just someone I can connect with, I can have a great time with, we can get to know each other, and we can see where things go. I'm not interested into pushing anything. I want things to kind of happen naturally. But for me, we need to set that foundation of communication. Like, let me know what to expect, and I'll let you know what to expect. And then we'll both decide if that's something that we're willing to participate in.
Right. And so I dig that. When you, excuse me, when you first have conversations with these gentlemen, and what I like to call, actually, you know what? Before I get to that, because this is a question I had about what you said earlier, and you say that they don't keep the same energy, like things fall off. Over like what amount of time are we speaking on average that this happens?
Okay, well, I've dated two guys. Okay, well, two and a half. Okay, when I say date, I really mean date. Like, you're getting to know them, you're texting, you're talking. Like, I
Did you
gotta make
just say
that
a
clear.
half?
You dated half a man?
Was this a little person? Like,
transitioning?
2.5. Like, he haven't quite.
It was half man, half amazing. Half man, half woman.
2.5.
I don't know.
He's giving half energy. Okay, so I've dated 2.5.
Where am I? No,
I definitely wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, at all. But continue. I'm sorry. I just got to gather myself.
2.5. No, it's cool because I'm laughing too. 2.5. So, like, when I say date, I really mean going out, get to know, not sleeping around. Like, we're not just throwing our community over here.
Okay.
So I'm really getting to know them, and I'm clear, that, I am dating, and some of them are clear that they are dating. So what I mean by they start off strong, like, and two of them, one of them was okay, but we wasn't really clicking. But the other two is kind of like they start off with, just overwhelming. Like, they're all about you, this, and that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of pull back. Like, say, you're talking all the time, they're, coming to see you, like you're going out, you're doing this, you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then over the course, it's quick, like over the course of like, maybe like a month and a half, it starts to die down.
Okay. So,
and to me, that's still a little too soon.
That is soon. I would agree. But what I would say is this. So number one, I do feel like maybe don't hang too much on that. I feel like everybody's more excited in the beginning, right? Like that, the newness of it all, the discovery phase, everybody's more engaged than they typically are, right? But I think the person that is truly, not necessarily before you, but the person that you can really consider at least, right? And to keep around is the person that will keep that same energy and will still be locked in and still keep that newness past, 1.5, 2 months. But I don't think it's a crime for people to be excited because I think everybody, when you meet somebody new and they seem like they might be, there's something there, you don't know what's there, but that's what you're gonna find out. So you're excited about that. I think on both sides, and maybe at some point you figure out that okay, this is not necessarily gonna work. So maybe that excitement dies down some. So maybe that's happening for them in these moments. And not to give them an excuse, it could just be something else. Like maybe they wasn't really trying to lock in a serious way in the beginning. Like maybe they just wanted something physical or casual. To speak to your point, not being upfront is something that they probably just weren't good at. You know what I'm saying? Like we had a discussion on the last episode, right, about not bringing up sex in the first conversation, right? So some dudes don't really know, which I firmly believe in being upfront from the door about what you want. Even if you want sex from the beginning, that doesn't mean that you should bring it up on the first conversation and talk. Like there's a way a way to be tactful about it and do it, right? So I think that a lot of I don't want to put this all on men because women struggle with communication too. I just think that men aren't vocal enough, so we don't make it a big deal. So it just seems like it's only a man problem, but it's not. I think it's just all of us have our issues. But I just want to speak. Obviously this is about you and a man, so I'm gonna speak to a man. I feel like when men struggle with communication, you can't take that, on as your burden, right? Like that's something to do with them. Like that's their issue. So like sometimes here's the thing, right? Like I think we just got to be more realistic that sometimes it's a numbers game. Like sometimes you may not want to, and you may not want to put that type of energy out there. And you don't want to, because I think the connotation that comes with it is negative. Like I guess, or the whole thing or whatever, or I'm outside for real. Like I'm just with this dude and that dude. But if you date, multiple men in a year, and it might be dozens, and you not sleeping with them though, like it's just it lasts for a month, a few weeks. It is what it is. Like, you figuring it out. You trying your hand. You know what I'm saying? Like you meeting people, you trying to see what it is. Everybody's not gonna make it past them first few weeks, first month. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like honestly, it's a blessing more than it is a curse that you're not getting past a month with this dude, because that would be a bigger waste of your time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
If he's gone a few days without talking to you, don't hit him. See how long he can go. Mm-hmm. And that'll let you know. You want somebody that's into you as much as you're into them. That's what, if you look up chemistry with people, it would say a mutual likeness, a mutual desire to spend time, a mutual, everything is mutual. The energy, the likeness, the interest, the attraction, all of it's mutual. If it's not mutual, one person is giving way more than the other, it's unbalanced. In my opinion, it ain't gonna work out. So if you see him starting to fade away, you fade away.
That's a fact.
That wasn't the one for you.
That's a fact.
You would know. That man would give you that energy.
That's a fact.
That time.
And go ahead.
I have a follow-up statement to that. No, it's okay. I have a follow-up statement to that. So, okay. And I agree with that because I tend to fade away first. But in this situation or in this circumstance, it's like I find myself, like, say if you have two guys. One is like the safe bet. And the other one you gambling on. The safe bet is like, really sweet. No. No, the safe bet is just like, the good guy. And I'm not saying the other guy isn't a good guy, but the safe bet is, when I say good guy. And he's all about you. Like, he's just a really, like the nerd, like the IT nerd from school. Like, he's that good guy. So when he's with you, he treats you like you're the end all be all. But you don't feel that with him. But then there's this other guy who's a decent guy, got a little bit more edge, a little bit more, got a little bit more zaddy energy. And and you're like, oh my Lord, and it's just like you're stuck between safe or I'm gonna bet on black, like, and I'm not good on tables, so I'm over here gambling.
Hey man.
I'm the slot girl, So my question is, like, I think that's another situation I find myself in. I'm not saying that the guy you're betting on isn't, the guy with the swag and the this and the that. And the other one no got swag, but he got smarts. He got it. He got everything else. He got that solid. How do you maneuver that? Why can't you have it all, Trell?
Hey man, everybody can't be trailing hungry. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, but straight up, sometimes you gotta like who likes you. Not everybody. If you want that dude, so does a lot of other women want that dude. It's that dude's choice who he gets with. If he's not giving you that energy, why? Why are you giving him that? Like, it's a tale as old as time. No Beauty and the Beast. Like, everybody wants the Prince Charming. Some of y'all going to get the Beast. Although he was kind of impressed. Horrible analogy. But you get what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all's kings are the IT nerds. That's some of y'all's kings.
Yeah, it is.
Y'all gotta wake up and smell the coffee.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's
the IT nerd.
If you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, sometimes you gotta wake up and pay attention.
If you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere,
if you want to be in love, you better wake up and pay attention.
My fault. You had to be winning time. My fault. Yeah.
Who is liking you? If he doesn't like you, he ain't the one for you.
But the thing is, what if he does that thing? He likes me, but he put in all this energy. Then he pulled back the energy.
Then he ain't feeling you anymore.
So here's the thing, all right?
If y'all was in my bad, bro. Let me finish this real quick. If y'all was in a relationship and he starts to act a certain way, I get it. Relationships and love and romanticism and such is going to ebb. It's going to flow. Hopefully, it's flowing more than it's ebbing. Okay, I get that. But in the beginning stages, ain't no time for no ebbing.
Facts.
We getting to know each other. That junk needs to flow. That's why the people say go with the flow. But if there's no flow, we can't go.
That's what very well said. So what I'll say too is, one, I would, if you're not, I would highly suggest you to state what your intentions are and what you require up front. And even if you don't want to do that, because for fear that it might, come across too strong, just you asking them what their intentions are. Now, as we all know, everybody's not going to be completely upfront and honest, but you will at least be able to read the signs, right? Like hear the response, read the energy behind the response, and then see what happens after the response, right? Like you'll be able to tap into a little closer in detail to what's going on to follow that response. And then, if it ain't adding up, you're going to catch on quicker that it ain't adding up, and then you cut ties and then you keep it moving.
Right.
The other side to what you were saying as far as the good, the good dude versus the dude with a little edge. Here's the thing. It's a give and take. The good dudes, quote unquote, are usually the ones that are probably more tapped into their feelings, right? Like they're more comfortable with expressing, so on and so forth. The dudes with edge are usually the dudes that are a little less comfortable, right? Like they're a little less in tune with their feelings and what's going on and expressing themselves. So that could be the problem too, right? Like you're running into a situation where he's feeling some way, triggered maybe by something. Sometimes he might not even know what it is. He discovers it a month and a half in, or maybe he just discovers what type of energy you're giving in terms of expectation or how vocal you may be or just being in tune with your emotions. And he realizes like, oh, like I'm not in tune. Not he realizes, but he knows I'm not in tune with mine the same way. I can't be here. Like this is not the place for me. I feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it can be that too.
Right.
So this is why with you ladies, I don't know what you're saying. Like you gotta figure this out because it's always like this is like Trell says, the tale's all the time, man. Like y'all always want the bad boys. You know what I'm saying? Bad boy. What they gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
When they come,
He's
all
not
of them
bad.
coming
Like,
for you.
he's
All the
not
shorty
the
oldies
guy.
want the bad boy.
He's just not the IT, and I'm not gonna. I'm not going to, and I'm not gonna like play the IT dude. We talking about he's 6'1", he makes $200K a year. He don't have no kids. He's 30. He's eligible. Like he's
Right,
Ivy
yeah.
League. So I'm not even gonna play him.
Nah,
I ain't gonna play him like
she
that.
say he's
He's
Ivy League?
the girls want him. It may be a different caliber of girl because
Right.
some may not realize what he's working with.
Right.
But
Sometimes, well,
Hold on. You're going off of his personality or his look? Or both?
which one?
That you're not feeling?
Which one?
Because you just listed off a resume, and the resume is quite impressive. Like, for most...
It's very impressive. The gentleman, he's a sweet guy.
And he treats you well, and he wants you?
Oh, yeah.
Then what in the world...
He's Brazilian.
I know the problem, son. Here's the
What's
problem.
the problem? Is you're not attracted to him?
Nah, I'm gonna tell you here's the problem. They could be attracted to him too. He could have all that going on, but sometimes they want Tim's on with a fitted and get choked. You know what I'm saying? And spanked a little bit. Like they
want drama in their life. That's what it is.
I mean, but it's the inner, like DMX and Belly. I don't know no Kiana. You know what I'm saying? Like they want a little bit of that mixed in, and at the same time too, we spoke about like having commonality. So sometimes, which I don't know. Like I feel like it's a little less because he's the IT dude. I don't feel like he's not gonna be tapped into the culture. You know what I'm saying? But some of them are like removed somewhat from the culture to a high extent. So you want somebody that, I get that from that standpoint. But again, you got to make a decision at some point, like what you're going to do. Because here's the thing, you either way, you have somewhat of a reform project on your hands. Either you're going to take the IT dude and try to give him a little edge, see if you get, or you're going to take the dude with the edge and try to tighten him up a little bit. So it was like, choose your own adventure. You know what I'm saying? Like that's because you're probably, the dude that has both is rare. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna spend a long time trying to find the one that got both. So you got to make a decision on which struggle you want to choose.
Indeed. And that dude that got both, he has a lot of options.
A lot.
And, I want to make this comment.
That, he might be a little less loyal. You don't know.
Yeah, I want to make this comment though. I think now that I'm older, I'm 35. I prefer the safe. I was having this conversation with my friends. Like, so when we were in our 20s, we were going to Texas Southern. Like, we were, living our best lives. And I've dated, no offense, Trell, but I've dated the Kappa guy. Dated. I had my, I've seen some things.
I'm taking offense to that. Congratulations. I'm sure it's the best. I'm sure you had the time of your life.
They were the new Pet Outer girls. I remember the Rose parties. The new Pet Outer girl, and I was dating the Deuce Club. And they were, HBCU.
Come on,
look, do we have to say
he was a great man. I don't even know him. I know he was a great man.
He was a good dude, but he had a lot of options. And when we were young in our 20s, we were dating, and I had my hands full. Like, it was a lot of craziness going on. It was a lot. And now that I'm older, I'm like, I want to.
Not for her.
He's a nice guy,
Nah, see,
but I want to bet on safe.
Right, but like I'm saying, like, I don't know which one would be an easier route to go. I mean, I almost want to say maybe it might be to give the IT guy some edginess, right? Like here's the thing. You got to come at it from this angle. You're the edge. You know what I'm saying? He got all that going on, and you're the edge. So that's how you give it to him. You understand what I'm saying? And at some point, because here's the thing. Sometimes it's about access. It's about awareness. It's about, being introduced to it. Like, he might not have had nothing like that. He ain't had a little spice in his life before. He ain't had no adobo sazon. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Lowry's. He ain't had none of that little Texas Pete. So you got to sprinkle some of that on. And then once he have a taste of it, it's like, oh, I like this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, this is my vibe.
He hasn't had a taste of it.
Right.
Nothing. Like, that's the thing. We've been dating for like 2 months, and he hasn't had a taste of anything.
Well,
let's just say, you get what I'm saying.
You don't even.
But the thing about it,
no wonder this dude might rock your world, and you might view him totally different. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like,
I don't care about.
He might rock your world. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to MJ.
I don't care about the money. I don't care about the money stuff. Like, I have my own money. Like, that's the thing. That's great, but a lot of girls run after that. Oh my God, he make how much? Girl, you hit the jackpot. But I don't care about that, because I don't date men for their money. I date them
so
for how they.
This is what we gonna do right here. This is what we gonna do. Nah,
that man
you know what? That's why I love these call-ins more though, because when they send us the questions, we can't ask these other questions and dig deeper. Yeah. So I like this. So, because it just dawned on me. Here's the solution for you. You go get the guy with the edge, and you bring him into some feelings. You got to get the right one, though. You got to get the one that's kind of already on his, like, receptive to healing journey. Like, I want to be more intact and in tune and grow and evolve in this way. Because you got your own finances. You don't care about that part. He don't have to have all of these other stats that a lot of women look for. So I think that since you already have that part figured out, you just want him to obviously have something going on, have something going for himself. As long as he's stable and he's, up on up and up, I think maybe that's the one you should go for. Then, like, go for him, but you should know going into it what you're gonna be up against, what you're dealing with, and then prepare yourself for the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, strap on, armor up, you know what I'm saying, and get ready for the fight. Like, this is what's gonna be ahead of you. I think, you know what I mean? But those are the two options. But again, give me a circumstance, I guess I would say go, because for me, it's sounding like you can't live without the edge. Like, I
feel like that she can't get the dude with the edge.
No?
I don't feel like that. I feel like that the dude with the edge doesn't want her.
Oh, talk about it. Oh, let's talk
no
about
disrespect.
That. Let's talk about that.
From what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Like, yo, if he could go a few days without talking to you, come on.
The dude with the edge, he's I feel like he got a lot going on. So, I mean, it doesn't matter with me, because there's a couple dudes with the edge.
Now,
that
you just want to sleep with the dude with the edge. You could accomplish that.
No.
She does.
That's not what
if you want something, you gotta think that As you get older, the dude with the edge, he gets domesticated, really. No, I mean, for lack of a better term. True. He's going to calm down. He will always have that, but he's not going to be that rah dude anymore. He's going to be more settled, cool, calm, collected, and if a situation arises, he will, act accordingly. Don't get it twisted. But, he's going to end up becoming more like the guy who's already mature beyond his years, who seems corny to you. No, he's just grown. That's it. I mean, edge, when you say edge, you mean swag?
Edge, honestly, Edge for me is he just has a lot more going on. Like, he has more baggage. He has more. They went down two different roads. It doesn't make one more or less of a man. They just went down they're two completely different people. I'm not looking for the drama or the stress. I don't have that type of those issues. It's just he's a little bit more, but he's not consistent, and that's the issue.
She wants it's not Cornelius.
No. So yeah. I think you misunderstood. What Trell's saying is, I guess he's just trying to clarify what your definition of having an edge is.
Edge?
Yeah, does the edge mean he's more swag? Is he a little more, got a little hood to him? What does the edge mean for you?
It's not the hood part. It's just he's a little bit more open-minded, a little bit, his road has been a little rougher. He's a little bit more rough around the edges. Now, and that doesn't mean a bad thing, because I'm a little rough around the edges. I'm from Third Ward, I'm from the hood, but I'm tailored, but I still have that part of me. I feel like I can probably connect on certain things more, but then trying to connect on your old self may stop you from growing into your new self. So, it's a gamble.
Yeah.
But I get hit on by a lot of guys with edges, but I try to kind of stay away from that. But this guy,
a lot of guys with edges just sounded very crazy.
Very crazy. I don't know what those guys want to get at. They doing
finger waves. Yeah.
Okay. What I mean, the guy. Okay, so you have this one guy. He's Brazilian, the IT guy. So he's Brazilian. He's straight and narrow. No kids, never been married. He doesn't really. I have to explain certain American things to him because he's from Brazil. He came here 10 years ago to get his PhD. So he's more straight, straight and narrow. I have to kind of teach him some of my dialect and things like that. The other guy, he's already tapered off. He's more urban, more not hood, not road.
No, I get it. Listen, when I say hood, I don't mean negative context. I'm from the hood. Don't get it twisted. I grew up in the projects, right? You know what I'm saying? But
right.
I know a lot of dudes, fortunately, that grew up where I grew up, but went to school, went to college, got good job, that just stayed on a different path, but they still from the hood. So I'm saying, at the end of the day, we able to operate in different spaces. Like you're saying, both spaces simultaneously and switch up. We able to do that. So there are dudes out there like that exist, and I think that anytime it just the light bulb lit up once you said the dude once you got into detail, say he's from Brazil. The problem is not that he's an IT. The problem is this man's not from this country. So he has a different culture, so you can't connect with him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The way that you need to, because like you said, you got to break down things, you got to explain. Indeed. That takes away from. I get that, because again, we talked about interests and commonalities. You want somebody that you could relate to and talk to different movies and music and say a line and they know the line, all those things. So the problem is just that maybe you got to stay away from people that didn't grow up within our culture, don't know. Even if they grew up somewhere else, if they know about it, cool. But if they don't know, they're not immersed, then you can't. If you find you a black a man from America or from someplace that
you're a black woman, right? We're just assuming you're an African American woman, you black woman.
Yes.
Indigenous.
Yes. Well, see,
okay.
He's hitting it on the head. Because that's the thing, I'm from Third Ward. I don't come from nothing. I was on Section 8. I lived in the projects. I grew up. I paid my way through college. I worked hard. I've came from nothing to something. And so I prefer to be with a man who pretty much has that same upbringing so that I can nurture him and bring life into him. I'm not trying to build anybody, but that's just me. So when I say an edge, somebody that understands and they appreciate the woman that I am and what I'm giving to them. And, they know about our culture. They understand when I talk about certain things or how my mom, how to nurture my father, things like that. That's what I mean by more. So that's the type of man that's why I say he kind of makes me like, yeah, like I want to nurture a man who comes from the same, like be nurturing, like, like nurturing.
That's different. Hey, I said we're going to learn together. Like, that was the thing. I mean, I just never thought about being nurtured as an adult.
Listen.
But be nurturing. Okay. Nah, that makes sense, though. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You want to care for the guy. All right. Nah, hey, I think it's solid. Before you mentioned that he wasn't from this country, I was leaning more toward go with the safe bet. And just cheat on him with the edge. No, I'm just playing. I'm just messing. But I was just saying, like, hey, you might, if you took a chance, you never know. As you peel the onion back, who knows? Maybe this man will have an edge. But if y'all already can't connect on certain cultural references, background, the fundamental beliefs of things, then yeah, go with somebody who understands that. You can get the best of both worlds. There's a lot of men out here, but I wouldn't shun someone just because they come from a different background as you come from. You know what I mean? Because you're that's not the totality of a human. Is where they were raised. You know what I mean? Like, that's 18 years of your life for most Americans. And then they go off and they do something new. And by the time you turn near 40, you don't live most of your life outside of that environment. You know what I'm saying? So I just say that, yeah, it shaped you, but, you can learn so much more in life and you can adjust and, just peel that onion back. If he got the fundamental things that you like and he's stable, I mean, yeah, give that a chance. Nonetheless, I hope you got some gems from here. To wrap my points up, hey, if you feel like he's fading, hey, he's just not that into you, and we've all been there before.
Facts.
You just gotta understand the signs, read the signs, go with your feeling, and know that, and trust it. Trust that. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. And then, and then two, I would say, yeah, I wouldn't write anyone off until you truly get them a chance. Try different things.
Thank you. That was good information. Thank you. And I agree with that. If someone's faded, that was already my decision. I already kind of was like, oh no, we're not doing that. Move on, and it is, we've all been there before, and if you date long enough, it's going to happen a few times, but
come on, eventually you already know. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, come on now. I appreciate you. Got any final words for it, bro?
All I say is, anytime that something does go wrong or people fall off or fall back, again, I just reiterate, like, don't take that as a slight against you. Don't take it personal or internalize it too much. I think it is very, good and beneficial to do self-reflection and understand where you could change things, right, in your dating approach and tweak something to make it better. But, every single little thing isn't about you. Sometimes it's just about the person, right? They could be dealing with something.
I like that.
They could be just not on, to the level that you are at a certain place. You know what I'm saying? They can't meet you where you are. So, and sometimes people could realize that, understand that. And instead of communicating that, they just fade away. They remove themselves. So sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. So don't internalize things too much from that standpoint. Other than that, I just agree. I agree with Trell. Like I said earlier, it's a numbers game. Sometimes you go, like I said, you got to kiss a few frogs to get a princess, what they say, right? So it's like, you're going to have to go through that. We all go through it. And yeah, like, again, like just because he's from somewhere else doesn't mean he can't relate. But again, you do just pay attention early on. You know what you like. You know what you know what I'm saying, turns you on, you know what you into. So I guess maybe the tweak you can make very early on, intertwining and weaving those questions in to the, you know, the discovery phase, like bringing up certain topics or certain movies or certain, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if they not picking up on it, then you know early on, this ain't my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now.
you know what I mean? Like, they ain't never see. I mean, like, we can't do this. You know what I'm saying? I can't do this with you. You know what I mean? So, you know, just start, you know, bringing that into the fold a little bit earlier. Save yourself some time. You know, so, and I think, you know, I'll leave it there. And like, don't forget my 2 options earlier. If it's going to be a reclamation project, you got to pick one. Choose your adventure. You either going to get a guy some edge, you going to be the edge, and he going to have all the stats, or you going to pick the guy with the edge, and you going to try to smooth him out some. So either way, you got some work cut out for you. You just got to figure it out.
Come on now. Hey, well, ma'am, I appreciate you coming on. Right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Guys, so much.
Hey, we in the game. All right. Hey, stay tuned. Tell a friend to watch episode 12. You know, and hopefully you got something from this, and hopefully we got a lifelong follower here, a subscriber. You know what I mean? All right. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, peace. Hey, man. Come on, man. We rocking and rolling. We rolling, we rocking. I like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's 2 in a row of the Speak Your Peace.
Excuse me, 2 in a row.
If y'all want to be featured on Peace King Podcast via the Speak Your Peace, please DM us at Peace King Pod, and we will make sure that you get that chance. And it's a mutually beneficial thing because we enjoy it, and we hope y'all take something from it.
Yeah, and see, as you can see, the event, because I know some people like scared to call, they nervous. The advantage to calling in is that you get much more time, as you can see. Like, you be able to dive deeper, peel back some layers, answer like a sub question that relates, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could really get in depth. Whereas with the question, we just kind of got to figure out what you may mean by it and then just give you an answer.
Right.
And it's much more brief, which has its upside too, just brief to the point. But, you know, the calling, it adds a different vibe and feel. I think we can really peel back the layers. So
I like that.
Rock with us, man.
Hey, man. That was another one, bro.
Another one. You
Come
know
on,
what I'm
man.
saying?
You already know what it is.
Another one.
Hey, man, like my man Khaled said.
Another one.
Absolutely.
You already know what it is. Hey, man, absolute pleasure. You know what I mean?
As always, man.
Make sure y'all subscribe to everything we already mentioned. You know what I mean?
And matter of fact, I'm going to say this now. This is my last words. I'm going to start now, because last time we waited till, you know, we got towards and we was figuring it out. But I'm going to start now at episode 12.
What's that?
The episode 20 watch party.
Woo! Let's get it.
Is on the way. So if I were you, I would pay attention and start and get ready now. You know what I'm saying? Because episode 10 was lit. The watch party was fire.
Yes.
On YouTube, we do the watch party. You know what I'm saying? We all watch the episode together. It's me, it's Trell, it's everybody that taps in. All right? Yeah. And that's the advantage of subscribe. When you subscribe, you're going to get the notification. And then all you got to click on is notify me on the episode. And then it's going to send you an alert when the episode drop. Tap in, and we all going to be there watching it at the same time.
Tap.
Talking our talk in the comments. You know what I mean? It get a little crazy sometimes, but it's a good time.
Because we seen it for the first time ago. We might have forgot what we said.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And sometimes, too, like we did last time on episode 10, there's certain times where you say things in the moment, because everything is like just moving fast. We just saying what's on our mind. But then when you watch it again, or after the fact, you might think of something else. And so in the comments, you like, yo, you can add on. You know what I mean? To it.
Yeah,
exactly. So look out for that. Make sure you following us, subscribing so you can know when that's going to happen and you could be in tune.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
You already know what it is.
I'm Hungry HD.
It's Trell Maurice.
You are now tuned in to the Peace King Podcast.